Hello, and welcome to the Drive Home Podcast, the podcast where I am the honored one. Nah, I'm just kidding. But if you couldn't tell, I've been listening, I watched through Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1, I watched the movie, and then just recently I watched that part. I don't know what you want to call it. The prequel. The prequel part. When Gojo's all like, I'm insane because you killed me, but I lived. And now you're dead. And also, I am the honored one. Which I think, which is funny because a little bit before I actually watched I Am the Honored One, the actual scene, it was really funny because I went through a little rabbit hole of, so if there's of you memers out there, you might know the I Am the Honored One, and it's Muscle Man joke from regular show. And I guess it ended up being called regular Kaisen, which is just hilarious. And there's a whole bunch of bits on it where it's just Muscle Man is overpowered. And it's like, and the characters are just other, and it's just straight up like it's stuff that happens in Jujutsu Kaisen, but with regular show characters in places, and it's hilarious. And like some of the best ones are just Muscle Man Muscle Man is using imaginary technique, hollow purple. And I don't know. That was just really funny to me. So I got out of work at 4 today in the afternoon. So it's still pretty early in the day for the most part. I mean, it's late. And at this point, it's like 4:30 because I stopped by Walmart. And since today was paycheck day, I ended up spending over $100. Great. This is not something I normally do in a day, but I did. So that happened. And now I must suffer with the consequences. But it's mostly important stuff. It's a bookshelf. I got some new swim trunks or whatever. New pants. Well, more pants, because I need more pants. For the last, this is going to sound so stupid, but for the last, 2-3 years or so, it's going to be 3 in a couple months, I guess, I'll have been living off of 2 pairs of jeans to go outside with, and 1 pair of sweatpants. Now, the sweatpants hasn't changed, but I burn through those jeans like crazy. Because I guess repeatedly washing them without giving it more time is bad. But since I had to work, so many days, it's like I end up washing my jeans 3 times a week. And that plus the amount of time that I'm wearing them at work is just too much. So, and this is the first time in a while so I got 2 pairs right now, and the 2 pairs that I've been wearing to work, I only bought a month ago. So the idea is that they'll last. But I don't know. So we'll just have to wait and see. The reason I only ever bought 2 pairs of jeans was mainly because I only have 2 work shirts, and you have to wear your uniform, right? So, well, that's a cool looking car. Anyway, wait, what was I? Well, I was talking about the pants. Yeah, so to make a long story short, I only have had 2 sets of I have one pair. Well, that's confusing because pair is weird when it comes to clothes. Anyway, I have 2 work shirts and I have 2 sets of pants, I guess, normally. And I'm supposed to get more another set of 2 work shirts at some point, but that just hasn't been happening. And I'm too introverted to go talk to someone about that. So I'm just going to suffer until somebody else figures it out for me, which is a horrible way to exist. But it's the only way I feel comfortable about it, so. But, so I had an okay day at work. It was about 6 hours. I didn't have to go in super duper early, but I was almost going to be late because I woke up an hour before I had to be at work and I needed a shower. Because if you've been living in, unless you've been getting rain, if you've been living in New England, you're probably feeling the heat, and it's only like, it's only the 23rd right now, so that's crazy, honestly. I think, or at least that's what other people have been saying. Honestly, I lose track of time. You know what's that saying that time is relative? Well, I don't get it. Like, I get that time is relative and all, like, I understand it. Like, time is a concept made up by people for people. But the issue is that people experience things differently all the time. And at least for me, I might have mentioned this before, but sometimes, you can be doing something for what feels like 5 minutes, but was like an hour, or vice versa. You can be doing something for what feels like an hour, but it's only been like 5 minutes. Which, usually that's an exaggeration, but I feel like there are probably times that's happened to someone. And with me in particular, I need to keep a watch on me because I have no concept of time, is how I like to phrase it. I can't perceive it. Like, I know you're supposed to go like Mississippi and then like, and that's like 1 second. Like, saying Mississippi is supposed to be like 1 second, and you just keep doing that, and that's supposed to, but I can't do that passively in my head all the time. So that's like, I can't really, I don't have a good track record of times. But no, Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm really hyped about it, honestly. Something funny is that me and my anime friend, our plan is to, when the because we both heard it was to put it into better words, it's a bad game. The Jujutsu Kaisen fighter is apparently not a very good game, but they're coming out with DLC for it at some point soon, and we're hoping we can get it discounted on the Switch because we both have a Switch, and then we'll both get it on the Switch, and then we'll play against each other. At least that's the plan. And I don't know, I really think it's interesting because my brother, who is not much of an anime person, his online friends got him to watch Neon Genesis Evangelion or whatever. And I haven't seen it, but the little bits and clips I saw from when he was watching it was interesting. But he has been watching Jujutsu Kaisen because when we were spending the night over there, I mentioned this. Well, I didn't mention it at the time because I didn't know, but when we were over there, we ended up watching some Jujutsu Kaisen and some of my anime friends' girlfriends' favorite show. Anime? I don't know if it's their favorite show, but their favorite anime right now called Mashal, which the way she explained it to me was perfect because she called it One Punch Man meets Harry Potter. And I believe that's relatively accurate. From the little bit of it that I saw, I really liked it. And so I'm probably, well, once I get off this Jujutsu Kaisen high, that's probably what I'll watch. We watched the first couple episodes of each of them, so we both got you know. But I just think it's interesting because my brother's relatively adverse to anime. Like, he's not like straight up against it, but a lot, like, I just get the feeling that he doesn't tend to like it. But I think it's just because he won't give it a shot, which is something that I generally believe because of just like who he is as a person. Like, it's one of his major character flaws, in a sense, is that just like he does not like to give things a chance. And I don't know why exactly that is, but you don't need to I like to I can't quote it accurately, but I can paraphrase, I believe. Something Princess Bubblegum said is that about her brother, Nettie, is that you don't need to understand, you just have to I had it. Like, you don't need to understand why someone is the way they are. You just need to be okay with that. And like, yeah, like for a lot of things like personality stuff, yes, that does apply. Like, obviously there's more specific things, like, you know, if someone's like a bad person, I don't know. But like, you know, like character quirks, you know, like you know, how, like, everyone has a personality and everyone's personality is different, right? Like, I'd like to think I'm pretty sarcastic and stuff, but I'm also pretty serious at times. I don't know. And a lot of the times I might laugh along with jokes even if I don't find them funny or don't understand why they're funny. And it's not to mean I won't get the joke later and be like, oh yeah, that's what that meant. That was funny. But I don't know, I'm just a more serious guy. But, and I think that's sort of my personality. But my brother is all happy and stuff. You know, like, you don't need to, like, people are the way they are because that's how they are. That's all you really need to know. And I think that's a really cool thing, especially from someone that I think, I don't want to say hates, but a lot of the Adventure Time community seem to not be able to forgive Princess Bubblegum for some reason, which is dumb. Or I say a lot. I think it's probably a lot less than I'm thinking. But there are, I feel like there are, like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, it might not be a big group, but it's definitely the more vocal group in stuff, right? Like, there's all those people who are like, you know, and like, cause since I'm a fan of One Punch Man, I'll use this. There's a bunch of people who are just like, so for one, Saitama is not a gag character, and that's my belief. I think that's a fact, just because, but he's like, he's so close to being a gag character because of, like, his sort of being dumb, but also his overpoweredness that is relatively like unexplained for the most part. That a lot of people mistake Saitama for being a gag character, which I like. Sure, whatever, but no, not really. And you know, like, to use a better example, because that was god awful. So because I'm a fan of Dragon Ball, this should be easy. So with Goku, there's always the thing like, oh, Goku solos everything all the time, right? So, and like, don't get me wrong, Goku is one of like the strongest characters in fiction, but well, Goku's one of the strongest characters in anime. From what I know, comic book characters like in DC and Marvel and stuff are just like cracked, like they're broken, like they're insane, like I forget, but there's one specific Superman that is just whack, right? So I think a lot of people tend to just like, when they do those power scaling arguments and stuff, they're just like, well, Goku wins because that, and like, not enough people look deep enough into like other characters' powers, and they're just like, well, here's Goku's feats. Because when they try and put them up against other characters, it's like, okay, sure, but like, does Naruto ever like Naruto never had a reason to destroy his planet that he lives on, which I'm assuming is Earth. I don't know. I've only watched Naruto. I need to watch Shippuden, but I just haven't, and I might honestly have to do a little bit of a rewatch of Naruto at this point. But no, I generally remember it. But because you and then you like, and then like if Luffy could, like, if for whatever, like, I don't know all of the, because I only just barely got past the Dressrosa arc of One Piece, so I don't know, like, just got Gear 4, so, I don't really know how strong Gear 5 is, but it's got to be way stronger than Gear 4 probably, or at least somewhat stronger, but like there's because it's really weird, because Dragon Ball generally focuses on Goku and Vegeta, and like, yeah, like that's basically, they focus on Goku and Vegeta, and then they give them like people that they need to be stronger than, or some type of like training thing or whatever, right? And then they have like everyone else with like their own little like side gimmicks that barely do anything anymore. Because like post Cell's saga, Saiyans or non-Saiyans or non-part people in Dragon Ball without Saiyan DNA tend to like not really be able to do anything. Like after the Cell saga. So, but to make a long story short, because Dragon Ball focuses on the Saiyans, mainly Goku and Vegeta, while other shows tend to be like, it's a team game, right? So like obviously the main character is going to have the most power, but everyone else has their own uses, and even then the protagonists can have their own individual weaknesses. But with Dragon Ball, it's less about weaknesses and more about like, well, how strong can they get? So it's like, I don't know, and like I don't remember if anyone in Dragon Ball was because I know Frieza and Beerus have done it at certain points or whatever, but like, did Goku ever blow up a planet? Like an actual planet? Like, Piccolo destroyed the moon or whatever, but that's the moon. And it's also canon that the moon was, I don't know how technically canon it is, but since Goku and Arale shared the same universe, Arale, I believe there's a clip where Arale put the moon in the sky. So, like, what do you want to do with that? Like if it's easy, like, if a gag character can, like, I don't know. I don't even remember what the point was. This was just a huge anime rant for some reason. Long story short, be kind to others, probably. That's probably immoral. Somewhere in there. Oh yeah, because the Princess Bubblegum line that I probably screwed up. Well, anyway, I gotta go inside and get out of my car because it's hot. So, I will talk to y'all next time. Bye.